Afternoon is the men's vault. Here are the top 8 from qualification just warming up here, and Beth, let's just have a little word on setting this up and how it works, because the gymnasts get 2 vaults.
Yeah, in vault final they have to do 2 vaults and then it's an average, and they have to be 2 different vaults. So this final's all about having your specialists. Many all-arounders only have 1 vault, so you'll see quite a few different names here. I would love Carlos to do well on this. He's had so many finals here,
yes,
and he's just not quite been able to put it together, but reigning world champion on this piece, so hopefully he'll have a good day today. Yeah,
that's the gymnast from the Philippines who qualified with his 2nd highest score. Tanigawa as well, who did very well in the all-round competition. He's made this final. Igor Radivilov is also somebody to look out for, Max, because the Ukrainian has rested. There is the big man, and he's so powerful, isn't he, this lad, when you watch him. This is just a warm-up, by the way, but still he'll be putting it all out there.
Oh, you know he will, and mega experience. So you look at the stats just there, hugely experienced gymnast, someone that everyone kind of, you watched his vault, and like back in the day, like years and years ago, and he was doing these vaults easy. Yeah. So can he go and perform today? Vault is mega difficult. When you say you've got to take the average of 2 vaults, it's not just going to perform one vault, and if it goes well, it goes well. Yeah. You've got to hit 2 right. And it's a dangerous piece. It's a really dangerous piece. So it's about kind of making sure you're focused on both of them. Even if the first one doesn't go to plan, you've got a second one to concentrate on.
And it's all or nothing as well, isn't it?
It really is.
Over so fast. And the major deductions will come from where with the judges?
Well, you get the deductions on top of the vault when if your legs are apart, for example. So if it looks clean in general, it's going to obviously help. But a big one is obviously the most noticeable one is the landing. You know, our gymnasts sticking it, but not only sticking it, do they land upright in a good position? No, not taking any steps, staying in the parameters, the small parameters, I must say, but just overall cleanliness of the vault. But it's also the difficulty. You know, we're going to see a lot of different vaults here, a lot of different difficulty vaults, a lot of different risk. So we'll see what people put out, but I can guarantee there's going to be some big ones.
Yeah, and we might see a bit of history here for Armenia as well. After Davyatan, he has qualified with the highest score with the average of the first 2. He's going to be going 7th up, and Davyatan would potentially win Armenia's first medal on vault. So the stage is set. Radivilov, I think, is just finished. He may well be the last vaulter. He is, and at the end of the vault runway, we're going to have Cao Souza, who starts for Brazil. So we'll hand over to Christine Still and Craig Heap in the commentary box, and I shall go and join them.
Thanks. Thank you, guys. Yes, this vault final going to get underway. 29-year-old from Brazil, Cao Souza. It's a 5-6 difficulty, which he performed on both vaults. Average 14.566. Cao Souza from Brazil.
So he opens this final set of competitions in Liverpool. We've had a fantastic week. Has to harness all his power. Hit this springboard, lift into the air, 2 front somersaults with a half turn. He made it. A big hop forwards that the judges will deduct for. He's out of 5.6, so the maximum he can get is 15.6.
Yeah, he went for the big old Dragulescu, named after the Romanian gymnast, that double front with the half turn. We'll see it a few times, no doubt, Craig.
Yes, and probably performed a little bit better. He was a little bit short on distance from the vaulting platform, and that's what the judges are looking for. You need your chest up facing the apparatus. So he probably could have done with a little bit more height, but such a powerful gymnast, and this is a huge scoring vault as well.
Yeah, you can see the scoreboard at the end of the runway. That says 5.6 on it, so that's the difficulty. Add that to the classic perfect 10 score, and you get 15.6, which is what that vault will be marked out of.
You can see the springs in the springboard. It is exactly like it says. You've got a series of springs under there. And the gymnast depresses the springs and they fly him into the air.
So the next vault will have to be different, and he won't start until the score comes in. Last day of finals, Craig. It's been incredible, hasn't it? The display of gymnastics that we've seen here in Liverpool.
It certainly has.
Well, it's 14.333. Kaya Souza. Costly step, that.
Ready now for the second vault.
He's run up all marked out. And here he goes with a different vault to the first.
Same great power, but he turns onto the platform. This time, a fabulously twisting vault. You can see the change of expression, the relief that he's landed. 2 vaults, he's laid down the challenge.
Yeah, a real contender. Triple twist on the second vault, executed much better than the first, so the execution score comes from the 10. And judges start taking the difficulties or the deductions from when they leave the springboard. So it's onto the vault, how much they push off the top using straight arms, and also they look at the height and the distance. There's an imaginary line there, and he certainly goes way high there, Matt.
Yep, no deduction for lack of height, up into the rafters. Perfect. And straight as a die, but obviously with a deduction on landing.
And the men here at this championships have vaulted these twisting vaults fantastically. It wasn't so long ago that we marvelled at seeing a triple twist. Now we've seen really quite a number, haven't we?
Well, that's job done for Souza at these World Championships. We have a problem with our scoreboard here in the commentary box. We're not getting anything. We'll go old school, Craig. Get the chalk out.
Pen and paper and a runner. That's how it used to be in competitions, didn't it?
.5 for the second vault, so that's 14.416. Much better on execution for that second vault than 8.9. Oh, look at the 6 difficulty on that board there. Means this is going to be a big vault from Wataru Tanigawa of Japan. He got a 3rd in the all-around competition. He posted a 14.7 in the team final. It's his best vault of these championships so far. Actually did a 15 in the all-round as well. Brace yourselves, everyone.
This is a big vault. Really drives her heels. The Dragulescu in the pike position. Again, a little bit of a low landing, but because he's gone into that pike, it's so much more difficult to rotate round than a tuck, and that gives him the extra 0.4 on difficulty. So even with that landing, it will still score well, Chris.
It will indeed, and he's got fantastic form off the top of the platform. Here he runs fast, controlled run though. He hits blocks, and look at the height he gets there. 2 somersaults, but it really was actually seeing in slow motion. He really did well to get his feet down, and he only just made it, didn't he? So piked, 1, 2, half turn. Oh, in fact, did his hand brush.
Everybody's eyes are glued on whether or not, ooh, well, he got away with it.
Yeah, I'm going to say he'll definitely have a 0.1 for the foot in the red. And the judges would take something there, a little bit of loss of form in the legs. That's the problem with such a difficult vault to rotate in the pike position.
Now, the judges don't generally see this in slow motion like we're seeing it. They see it once. If there is a protest, they can go back and see it in slow motion. but they have to judge it with the naked eye.
Well, they're taking the time to make sure they've got it right.
And actually, Christine, just on the back of that, if there is an appeal against the score, they cannot take extra deductions on the execution.
Well, 14-1-6-6 with the 0.1 penalty there. So down on Kaya Souza's vaults, both of them. Even though it was a 6 difficulty, often gymnasts off to go for the harder moves to try and build their score. This one's slightly easier at 5.6.
Just see the mental rehearsal there.
He's going to have to go some here to close the gap.
He is, but he's very stylish with the second vault. Into the triple twist. As you said, Christine, we see so many triple twists now, but that was fantastic.
Made it look easy, didn't he? Simple. Very, very complicated vault.
So he makes a turn on, snaps, and then puts in 3 twists. Oh, actually 2 twists, I think. It was 3. He certainly finished it high. 2. I think it was only 2, because he'd finished that second twist right at the top of the vault. You'd have expected him to wrap another one in. So actually, the judges will judge what they see, not what was put up on the scoreboard.
Well, we'll have a look at the D score when it pops up. But yeah, I was going to say, he made a triple twist look like a double there, and he did.
That's how fast he spins.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, drop it down, I can't see you.
Oh, it's a great opportunity, isn't it, at a home World Championships for gym clubs from all across our nations to come together to celebrate what we're seeing here. The finest in the world. Such an inspiration. So Tanigawa given a 4.8 difficulty. Yes, there you are, look, down from the 5.6. The 13.999 is the average. That wasn't the plan. And he's well out of the mix. Now, is this Carlos Yulo's time? He's had a shaky World Championships so far, but he is the current world vault champion. He's got parallel bars as well today. I really hope it's his day. 6 difficulty.
Well, he really is giving it everything. Oh, beautiful, beautiful vault. He hits that platform and rockets up. He gets so deep into the pike with lovely straight legs, and just timed that so well today.
I agree, Christine. He really did hit the pike shape, and great execution on the legs, nice and straight. Look, he is a really, really small guy, and to generate the power for such a difficult vault just really does say, you know, so much about this gymnast. Legs tight from the springboard, and the number of times, Matt, you've said, you know, is this his day? We're a real big fan of this gymnast, aren't we, in the commentary box?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think he seems to grasp the ethos, doesn't he, of gymnastics, modern gymnastics certainly. He's got beautiful execution, and he's always up for trying something new, and the difficulty levels that he puts out, and seems to do it so beautifully.
Yes, he does beautiful gymnastics, doesn't he? But I think, you know, what's happened a little bit to him, he burst on the scene, did fantastically with the new kid on the block. Now he's not exactly a marked man, but now the pressure's arriving. The expectation is there.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, he's a real star back in the Philippines. The first world champion for them. But look at that score, 15. It's going to be very, very hard to match. And well done to Carlos Yulo for posting that for vault number 1. However, it's 2 vaults and the average is taken. So Yulo here needs to keep the consistency to retain his world title.
Can just see him going through in his mind where he puts the twist in. He really generates some power on the run. Oh, and that's the 3 twists. Very nicely done indeed. Delighted to see such competent vaulting.
Well, it was absolutely superb, a masterclass in vaulting from Carlos Yulo. There's 5 gymnasts left to go in this vault final, one of which is the highest qualifier, Artur Davyetan of Armenia. So it's going to be a nervous wait for Carlos to see if he can keep his hands on his world title. So far, so good. Surely he's on top.
Got to be off that, and we talk about taking deductions from the springboard. You see often the legs separate a little bit from the springboard, but he's so efficient. His legs are glued together. He blocks, wraps in for the twist. Maybe he got a little toe on that line of 0.1, but this is the one to beat, and I would love him to take the title. He's had such a disappointing World Championships. He qualified in 3rd place. He was a real contender, but then struggled to pull it together. But that was fabulous.
You can see how much height you need to get these 3 twists in, and he just wraps that last twist at the last minute, doesn't he?
The form as well, though, through the air. To be able to, to get that block and then transfer all of the running power up into the roof here at the M&S Bank Arena and then wrap it in for the twists.
To be honest, if the gymnasts can keep their legs together, they twist faster.
Well, it's almost the same as the first vault. Look at that, 14.993 on the execution. Carlos Yulo is in the lead with 5 to go. Kai Souza of Brazil in 2nd and Wataru Tanigawa in 3rd. Huge cheer for Radivillov of Ukraine. No stranger to a vault final. Got a silver back in 2017 at the World Championships. 2-time European champion. Olympic medalist as well. Come on, Radivillov. Watch the speed.
And watch the focus of this gymnast. Oh, beautiful start. He does the Dragulescu, the double front somersault with the half turn, and you don't see him landed much better than that. And what support we've got for Ukraine in this arena.
Well, execution-wise, I think that's the best vault we've seen so far. It won't be up there with the difficulty of some of them, but look at this, Chris.
Absolutely fantastic. He kicks those legs out to create the half turn. Most gymnasts are sort of just trying to roll the shoulder at the end to get round. I guess he'll have a few deductions for the legs apart on the first flight, but such height and control.
Is this the gymnast, am I thinking, that tried to do the handspring triple front a couple of years ago?
Yes.
He was, wasn't he? I mean, he's just a real technician on this piece of apparatus, and we've often seen him in a ring final because he's got such powerful shoulders. The block of the height there gives him an enormous amount of time to spot the floor.
And for him just to focus in all of that energy for that landing. Here we go, Radivillov then with his 2nd vault now. Just going to wait for this score to come in. Yellow's trying to total up the tenths as well. Because of the difficulty, it won't match the highest score that we've seen, which was a 15, maybe, well, it's 14.8, it's close. But look at the execution, 9.2. Could certainly be a medal for Radivillov here in this final. Bertanetti of Romania can threaten, and Davyetan of Armenia. But Radivilov was the 4th highest qualifier. He's 30 years old now. Huge second vault for Ukraine. And Igor Radivilov.
It is, he's so powerful, need to harness this, wraps into the double pike, Sugihara, and that was fantastic. And you can see there what it means to this gymnast. Well, the performance.
Huge challenges at the moment that face this team for training away from home, representing their country on the world stage. So proud of everything that he's achieved. And a worthy finalist here.
Well, he made this hugely difficult vault look absolutely simple. He let go of his legs at exactly the right point. We're used to seeing those gymnasts squeeze that last somersault in and land with the chest facing the floor, but not this. Look, his chest is up, facing the platform. Such great vaulting here. See, half turns on, blocks, 1, 2, and a half somersaults it is. Absolutely superb.
But the number of times we've seen this gymnast just get the landing wrong and backward roll and over-rotate that. What a time to pull it out. And I think that to him it's just more than the vault, like you said, Matt. It's what he's gone through to get to this championships.
Well, we all want to see him in the top 3. Yeah, he's in second at the moment, 14.733. Radivilov is pleased with that. He's 0.217 behind Yolo. So that is the first half of the men's final complete. There will now be a 3-minute warm-up and give the latter half the chance just to get limbered up. And a chance to catch up with Max Whitlock to get his thoughts on the first half of the competition, and also Beth as well, who's alongside Max. But Max, we said going into this that we hoped that Yolo would work for him, and it seems it has. We've got 2 vaults there, a 15 and a 14.9. That's going to be very, very challenging to beat.
100%. I'm massively happy. He's had some big challenges. You know, this is one of his vaults here. He's had some huge challenges in this championships, but that vault there is like, the difficulty is unbelievable. But the way he performs it is so clean. Probably the cleanest gymnast to do it. It's a good landing there, and obviously going through to his second vault and performing the way he did was incredible.
Yeah, so 15 for the first vault, 14.9 for the second vault. But just, I think, you know, what we were talking about is the form through the air, and actually how difficult it is to maintain that form with that amount of rotation.
It's really hard. Like, not many gymnasts can do that at all, and that's why you'll very rarely see that. And the same on that vault there. The second vault, the triple twist, like massive difficulty again, but you see his legs locked together the whole time. He's such a clean gymnast, and when you get the cleanliness of the skills right, along matching with the high difficulty, it's when you're going to always come high up. Obviously, if it goes well, and it has done for him today. And
twisting, Max, is something that you were renowned for, certainly with your floor work as well as vault. But the key to sort of wrapping that in then, as far as those who are watching this are concerned, and if they want to try a triple twist at home.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, a triple twist is going to take a long time to get, but you build it slowly like any other skill. But like I said, like locking your legs together in triple twist is so difficult. It's almost like your last thing on your mind. But if you can manage to crack that, it shows that you're comfortable with a vault of that difficulty, which is huge.
Yeah, and Radivilov, we mentioned him as well as we were watching everybody warming up. We so wanted it to come off for Radivilov because of everything that he's gone through, and you know, we love to watch him in a vault file and anywhere. But look, I mean, he is the definition of power, isn't he?
He really is. He's almost a staple name, and you know, he's been there for what feels like forever. A huge like powerhouse. Yeah. A guy that's got so much bravery that me and Beth were just talking, that he'd done a vault that was actually banned as well, trying to handspring triple front, which crazy to even attempt it, but he's the guy that'll stand at the end of the vault run and really go for this stuff. And like you said, credit for him to be here with circumstances, so my fingers are crossed for him.
Yeah, yeah. Well, at the moment, Carlos Yulo leads this competition with an average of 14.95. Igor Radivilov in second with 14.733, and Kaya Souza in third with 14.416. This then is the second half of the men's world vault final with Kim Hansol. This gymnast is 26 years old. Very deep landing in the team final, but got himself a bronze back in 2017, so he's been on the circuit a while.
And super hard twisting, lovely clean handspring up into the 2.5 twist. Really, the judges won't find a great deal to deduct for that.
Yeah, very clean vault. Interesting, a lot of these gymnasts opting for the twisting version of the vault. There you can see huge block, and you really have to drive the heels from the springboard because that's in the straight position. And generally, when they're going forwards like this, they've a much better chance of getting a good alignment on the landing. There you can see that'll score well. It's out of 15.6. I think Hansol's problem will be the second vault. In qualification, he had a 5.2, so unless he ups the second vault, he's going to be a bit of a disadvantage.
Well, keep your eyes on the scoreboard. You'll see the E score, which is the execution score. The highest we've seen so far is 9.3 on Yolo's second vault.
But there really didn't, Matt, look a great deal to deduct off there, did you?
No.
You know, if it's going from 10, you'd think that at least a 9.5, maybe they could have perhaps wanted a bit more length, but his legs were locked together, he landed cleanly.
E-score 9.3, so he matches Yolo 14.9. So down by 0.1 on the highest score that we've seen, but another vault coming. This one has to be different. And you can see it's the easiest vault so far. 5.2. Well, actually, because we ended up with a double twist, and Tanigawa got downgraded. But this a 5.2. Kim Hansol with his second vault in this men's vault final for World Championships.
So it has to be different. He's used the handspring, now he's using the flip on. Oh, and that was a shame because it was a good, clean vault that. But he just didn't get the rotation off the top. It was a 2.5 twist off the flip on.
Yeah, similar story to the team final.
Yeah, it looked to me like he was just a little bit late on the block there, and it just seemed a little bit flat. So they could have just done with a little bit more height off the top, and it had gone for a perfect landing. I mean, his alignment on both vaults has been really good. That was straight down the middle. But again, it's out of 5.2. So you're at a bit of a disadvantage. You really need to get well up in the execution. If you perform a vault like that, you were talking, Matt, about you need a 9.5, 9.6, which is so difficult to get.
It sort of drifted a bit long, didn't it, rather than pop up into the air. The secret is to hit here with straight arms and shoulders extended so that you pop. Well, he hit and bent his elbows a little bit, didn't he?
Well, Hansol is out, but he'll be back.
I like his style. He naturally, you know, the legs are always nice and tight together.
Well, a little bit more work, and if he gets a triple twist, we've seen 3.5. If he can get that from the Yurchenko, well, got a serious contender for an Olympic champion.
13.9 is the final score. The average is taken from the 2 vaults, and Kim Hansol is in 5th. 3 to go then. And the next gymnast is one of the top qualifiers, Gabriel Bertanetti, 20 years old from Romania. He was in the all-round final a few days ago. 14.8 is his best vault at these championships. He put a 14.6 in qualification.
Well, he'll perform the same first vault as Radivilov, the Dragulescu. Oh no, he hasn't. He's gone the other way around. He done a triple twist. Wow! That was top draw.
It's mesmerising through the air, that.
He was. He really does block excellently and takes it right up. So here the turn on, and you can see he really takes it up in the air easily.
Beautiful form, picking up the baton from his countryman Marian Dragulescu, such a world-famous vaulter from Romania.
Interesting how the Romanians vault, Chris, because it's a bit of a cross between a handspring and a half-on. There's a very slight change there, but it certainly is very efficient to initiate the rotation and the twist.
We see quite a lot of the men do this, don't we? They don't get right round the turn on. It's almost like a round-off action, isn't it? On the floor, you know, when you go into your round-off and just make a quarter turn.
Something you can do now using the table, the modern advancement of the vault, which is very difficult, very different to... yes, we've got those hats, haven't we, Craig? Was that the Commonwealth hat, that one? I think it was, wasn't it? Yes.
Do you wear it often, Craig?
Generally just when I'm out shopping.
14.666, the first for Gabriel Bertanetti. Third highest qualifier. Second vault. It's going for a 5-6 on this difficulty. 14.416 is the score to get onto the medal podium at the moment.
Well, this should be the Dragulescu. Oh, and it is. Just sat back a little bit. He obviously went for the landing because he needed to have that perfect position. Just that big step back, but again, another fabulous vault.
Huge vaulting. His hair was flat when he started.
It's giving him a bit of resistance down the runway, I think. But that was not quite the same quality. I mean, it's a great vault, but not quite the same precision as we saw from Radivilov. You see the two fronts and rolls the shoulder under, keeping the tuck in. It's more difficult to be clean on the landing when you do that technique. So he's up, 1, 2, and then rolls the half turn, but his chest was really quite low to the ground when he landed, so there'll be quite a few deductions for the judges to make. But look how high he is up in the air. He hasn't even come back level with the platform by the time he's in the right shape to land.
Well, the one in qualification he nailed absolutely dead.
So 14.416 is what he wants to see, with 2 vaulters left to go. Carlos Yolo still has his hands on his title. 14.533's gone into third. Radivilov still holding on in second, 14.733, but there's your leader, Carlos Yolo, 14.95. But for how long? Because here comes the highest qualifier. Artur Dabchan of Armenia, third in the Olympics. Took a silver at the European Championships earlier this summer. But this would make history for Armenia if he could get on to the podium. Vault number 1 of 2 for Davtyan. 30 years old.
Such a precision vaulter up. Oh, and now that is how you do a Dragulescu. Unfortunately, he was offline and he landed in the red, but it was a magnificent vault.
Well, mesmerising through the air. The technique, the technical ability to do what he did there, Craig.
Well, it's unbelievable. It's the third Dragolescu we've seen in this vault final. But I mean, this gymnast, look, his knees are nowhere near as far apart as what we've seen of some of the other gymnasts. I mean, that'll be a 0.1, but it's from 15.6. So surely that's got to be the top score for this vault so far. And he really does transfer his height. I would say he's probably a foot above the other two gymnasts that's performed that skill.
Well, he's going to have to go over 15 if he wants the higher score, but you can see the drift through the air.
Yeah, it's a surprise, really, because he's just going forwards. He plants both hands on together. He actually swung a bit to that right-hand side, didn't he, when he swung his arms through? But it's wonderful vaulting. He's, like you say, Craig, his knees are locked together. It's so precise.
It's a good job that vaulting table's chained to the floor, isn't it? Because, I mean, the power that these guys get into that, to get that reaction up, absolutely phenomenal.
He's matched the highest score so far with 15. 0.1 penalty there for landing in the red. Well, this is a massive vault here if he wants the gold medal. The average score is 14.95, so he's going to have to pretty much equal what he's just done there. Armenia hoping for their first ever vault medal. What colour will it be? Carlos Yulo of Philippines hoping to retain the title. And there's one vaulter still to go. Davjitan with his second vault.
All the pressure on this vault. Oh, but what a beautiful vault. The 2.5 twist in the handspring straight front position. Wow, I wouldn't be surprised for them to go over 9.5 on execution there.
Well, he made it look so easy.
He did.
Well, I mean, he really does understand the timing of hitting the vault at the right time. I mean, you just look at this. Blocks, legs locked together, wraps in, plenty of time out the 2.5 twist to open his hands up. You see a lot of the gymnasts, don't you, where they're coming into the landing and they're still twisting a little bit. He was well and truly round.
Oh, who's your champion, Chris? What are you thinking, Yolo or Davjian?
I think Yolo will hold on to it, but this is just and it probably will be down to the foot in the red on the first vault.
Well, I'm going to go Davjian. Yeah, as much as I wanted Yulo to take it, for me, I think because of the lack of deductions everywhere else in the vault, apart from that hop, my money is on Davjian. What about you, Matt?
It was stylish. It really was. Well, I don't know. I feel just because of Yolo's competition so far, but I want Davjitan to make history. And he does! He does! Look at that! 15.05 is the average score. He's gone above Carlos Yolo, who's in silver with 1 to go. But as it stands, Davjian is in the lead. Carlos Yolo in second and Igor Radivilov of Ukraine still in that third place spot. One gymnast left to go, Lee Junho of Korea. And he's capable of high scores.
Well, another 5-6. All round on the triple twist. Just a bit of a hop backwards. It's whether he has enough to get into third place. He hasn't got the ammunition to get between the top two.
It wasn't quite so clean. There's the half on, the sort of round off shape. The triple twist, actually, it was beautifully down the centre when his feet first landed, but then a step to the side will be a deduction. Just a little bit split legs on the way on as well. But look how long that vault is.
I was just going to say, Chris, it was ginormous.
Really is. Look, nearly to the end of the mat.
There, you just see there, that split on the way on, that'll be a 3/10. And now some of the stuff we can see in slow motion, but that's a pretty obvious deduction. The judges are sat bang on the side.
I'm amazed he can convert a triple twist with such a long second flight.
14.466 matches his qualification. He needs to up it. He needs 14.733 to join Radivillov in third. 5-2. This is going to have to be executed beautifully with hardly any deductions. Big ask.
Different approach. The Yuchenko with the 2.5 twist again. Another massively long vault, but those steps after the vault will be very, very costly.
Yeah, I'm sure the top three are going to stay as they stand. But great for People's Republic of Korea to have 2 vaulters in this world final.
Yeah, and he's very, very clean, that 2.5 twist off the top. But he's almost sort of doing like a long jump with a push in the middle, isn't he? He's going so far. Lovely precision on the round off flip on. Very clean with the legs. Well, an absolutely fabulous vault final.
Wonderful. It really was wonderful. And it looks like Radivillov has got himself another world medal. He's the only medalist from Ukraine in gymnastics history on vault. Lee Junho finishes in 6th with an average score of 14.316. But it is history for Armenia. Artem Davyatin with a score of 15.050 by 0.1 becomes world champion ahead of Carlos Yulo. He was the champion last year, but not to be this time around. But what about this? Igor Radivillov takes the bronze for Ukraine, a medal that means so much. But a huge vault final, packed with difficulty and mind-boggling execution. How Davyatin manages to do that Dragulescu with his legs so tightly locked together and drops in the half turn. I mean, you can forgive him for drifting, Craig.
You certainly can. And actually, we had 3 Dragulescus in this vault final, and every one of those gymnasts have nailed it that good at some point. What I love about the vault final is the past is the history. It's what you do on the day. And he was by far the most consistent vaulter. And also great for Yulo to get a silver medal in these championships. He's up next on fellow bars, so there's a chance there.
Well, there's confirmation of the results. Artem Davyatin makes history for Armenia as the vault world champion. Carlos Yulo settles for silver. Igor Radivillov, the bronze. Super stuff there, Max. You know, we were talking earlier on in the vault final of whether or not Yulo could hold out there, but it was Davyatin that came in, and I'm sure of everybody you can appreciate that execution and that ability in the air.
100%. And do you know what? As a whole, the vault final in itself, you don't usually see that many clean vaults. Like you don't see that many vaults performed that well as what we saw there. So as a vault final, hugely strong. And for Carlos Yulo, there, I mean that Dragulescu to stick a vault like that, he's going to deserve to come out on top. I think when you stick a vault, it takes real gut. I think when you can take a step back, it's almost like a safety step on vault. So I think when you go for the nail in the dismount and the vault there, I think he's really, really got it spot on. And I think when you do 2 good vaults like that, you're always going to be of a chance with the difficulty being so high for him.
Yeah. And Beth, a word on Yulo as well, because you were hoping that he was going to begin with a chance. We're just seeing Davyatin's second vault here at the moment, though, how he sealed the deal. Well, that was the first one, actually. This is the second vault. Yeah, sorry, Beth. So, yeah, words on Yolo and the hope that he could have retained the title wasn't to be. Again, it seems to be the story for Yolo.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm sure he'll be pleased with that silver medal. His championships has been really difficult for him. We know he's got the potential and has just had errors. So to come out and do 2 clean vaults, that's all you can ever ask for yourself. This vault is absolutely incredible. Not only is he doing the most difficult vault, but the execution behind it, we quite often see in the double pike with the half out that the legs tend to bend towards the end to do the half turn, and quite often there is a debate of whether it is classed as the double pike half or the double tuck half, but there is no debate in this vault. You can see there, but that's where he probably lost the title, just having his chest down at the end of those vaults. That's where the deduction's coming in, and obviously the step out.
Yeah, well, the vaulters have now... Actually, do you know what? Just before we move on, let's just have a word about Radivillov, because we all know the challenges that these gymnasts are facing, and for some, you know, it's even harder to build up to these competitions. And Radivillov, with everything that's going on for him, and he's not been able to train in the way that he's used to come out of the World Championships and effectively maintain the level that we've seen from him over the years. And there he is at 30 years old, still impressing on the world stage after everything that he's gone through is quite remarkable.
I think it's really hard to comprehend what he is going through. That mindset of going there, keeping kind of that commitment in terms of being here in the first place, but going there, performing those vaults the way he did. These are massively risky vaults. You know, they are big vaults, and he's known for doing that vault, being able to kick out the way he does and do what he's done. He's a massively experienced gymnast, but like you say, a huge credit to him for the whole situation and the whole circumstance that he's feeling, and to be able to go and do that under those circumstances,
absolutely,
it's even more impressive.
Yeah.